Welcome to Treadmill Review Guru. Today we're looking at ProForm's Smart Pro 2000, which is consistently one of their top-selling treadmills. It is also consistently high-ranking. We have awarded it our best treadmill for under $1,500. It has a solid frame underneath, folds up, has a 3.5 horsepower motor, 12 mile per hour max speed, declines to -3%, inclines to a 15% grade, and this year comes with an upgraded 7-inch color touchscreen. Let's take a look at the overall construction on the Smart Pro 2000. So your total footprint, this machine is 39 inches wide, it is 79 inches long, and to the top of your tablet holder, it is 71 inches tall. Like I mentioned, it has steel beams underneath, and you've got these nice powder-coated uprights, 16-inch handrails that make it easy to get on and off the machine. You only have a 10-inch step-up height, so from the floor to the top of the deck, it's a nice, easy 10-inch step. The 3.5 horsepower motor, that's a good size motor for a machine in this price range. It will easily accommodate walking, jogging, light training, and should work well for most home scenarios. One thing we love about this machine is that it folds up when not in use. So you have a steel bar back here on the base of the deck. Just reach down, lift it up, and it will lock into place. It should lock securely, so even if somebody bumps it, kids run underneath, it's not gonna come unlocked. You also have wheels at the end of these uprights, so if you need to move it, you can gently pivot the machine and roll it as needed. From here you can see the steel beams, both the side beams and the cross beams that provide the strength to the frame. And to unlock, just hang on to that bar again, press with your foot against the release bar, and it will slowly drop down to the floor. So no need to guide it down. It has a hydraulic assist that will drop it gently down onto the floor without any thud or impact. So that's a super nice feature. Makes it so you don't have to have your treadmill open all the time. You've got a 22-inch wide tread belt here and 60 inches long. And one thing I love about the ProForm machines is even though the motor is here at the front of the deck, they keep a really low motor cover. So the profile, you'll notice, doesn't sit too much off the deck, and it's set back a little bit. So it's only 13 inches in length from the back of the treadmill to where that tread belt starts. It really gives you the option to maximize your space. You've got a lot of stride length here. And also if I'm working up here close to the treadmill, close to the console, I don't find that I graze my foot like I sometimes do on other machines. So I really like that on the ProForm machines. Like I mentioned, it does have the 7-inch touchscreen, and we'll kind of go into more detail on the console in just a minute. The Smart Pro 2000 has a 300-pound weight capacity, and ProForm provides a pretty respectable warranty. You've got a 10-year warranty on the frame, 2 years on parts, and 2 years on labor. So let's take a look at console. Let's take a close-up look at the Smart Pro 2000 console. So the console itself is 22 inches wide and 15 inches tall. You've got a really nice 7-inch touchscreen in the middle, which is great because even though it's a little small, it's full color, so it's easy to navigate, and a lot of the console functionality is embedded in the touchscreen, which really cleans up the console itself. It's very simple and easy to navigate. So one thing that I really love about this screen is that it pivots up and down. So just manually you press up and down, and you can kind of find the right height so you're not seeing overhead lighting, and you've got good visibility depending on your height. There also is an included tablet holder. The tablet does not come with, this is our tablet, but we put it in here just to show you kind of the visibility. The tablet holder swivels from side to side, and it does go up and down. So once again, you can find the right visibility for you. There's also an adjustable clip on the top. So when you put it in, it will kind of hold it in place so it's not gonna fall out while you're running. So that gives you a couple different options as far as what you're gonna do when you're on the treadmill. Down here you've got what ProForm calls their one-touch controls. So you have a different button for every speed. So if I wanna go 2 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour, just one button, and that's all it takes. That's why this is such a great machine for like HIIT workouts or something. If you're quickly moving back and forth between two speeds, you don't have to toggle up and down. You can just hit that speed and it'll go. Up here you've got buttons for incline. So down to a -3, 0, and then up to a 15% incline. And once again, those are easy just to navigate so that the machine is really smooth as it adjusts. This console does include 2 nice fans down here, which really provide good airflow. You have 4 different power settings: low, medium, high, and auto. Auto will just kind of correlate with whatever you happen to be doing. If you're working harder, then the fan speed goes up. If you're working less, then the fan speed goes down. So that's kind of nice. And you've just got controls here. And then over here, you've got volume controls. So when you're watching a program, there's 3 different ways you can adjust volume. You can adjust overall volume, and then you can adjust trainer volume up and down, or music volume up and down. So if I don't necessarily want to hear the music, I can turn the music all the way down and turn the trainer all the way up, which is a feature I really, really like. And then of course, the great thing about the Smart Pro 2000 is it includes iFit for 1 year, totally free. So you get the full, it's not like a limited database, you get everything. So in here, you've got several different options as far as iFit has outdoor workouts, which are my personal favorite, but they also have indoor studio workouts. They've got combo classes, so you're on the tread for a little bit of time and then maybe down on the floor doing plyometrics or strength training. There's even yoga classes on the floor. So there's an extensive database of varied classes in iFit. And then if you are doing a treadmill class, they have, like this is the Zion National Park in Utah. This is their beginner hiking series. So there's 5 different workouts and you can go through and just kind of pick a place, pick your skill level and decide, do you want to hike, do you want to walk, do you want to jog? So lots of different options. Let me pull up just to kind of show you how the iFit classes work. So one thing that you'll notice is that when the class started, the track automatically started. And that is iFit's automation. So whatever is going on in the program, the treadmill will automatically adjust, which means if you're following a HIIT class and the trainer is telling you to move from 2 miles an hour to 5 miles an hour to 7 miles an hour, the track or the belt will automatically adjust. So you can just run hands-free following the direction of the trainer. You don't have to be manipulating and navigating all the variables all the time. The same is true for the outdoor workouts. The belt will automatically adjust based on incline and speed, commensurate with whatever the outdoor terrain is. So we love the automation feature. If at any point, let's say I want to slow the speed down, right now it's at 2.5 miles an hour, I can automatically override it just by selecting manually whatever level I want to be at, and it will stay there. So if I want to go back and follow the trainer, I just hit that follow trainer icon and then the automation kicks back in. So as you can see, these are filmed live outside. All of the outdoor routes are led by a personal trainer. They will give you cues and instruction, and then they also just kind of point out geography, culture, other things depending on where you are. You've got a nice metric bar display up here at the top. Then if I do make adjustments, like if I want to adjust my volume, I can adjust it here, but I can also adjust it on the touchscreen.
Cycling day, apparently there's a
so let's turn this all the way up.
Parade, and we weren't invited. That's okay. We'll have our own cycling parade tomorrow.
So that's as loud as it goes.
Hello.
And you can see there's like other people on the trail with him. So these are filmed live outdoors. It just makes it feel like it's very real. The videography is very good and the graphics are nice and clear. Down here on the bottom, just to show you real quick, you do have manual incline and decline buttons, and these will incline or decline you by 0.5. So you can go from a 3% to a 3.5% grade. The speed will manually pick up speed or drop speed by 0.1. So you go from 5.1 to 5.2 to 5.3. So it just gives you those smaller incremental levels that you can work at. Once you're done, just log back out, close that workout, and it will keep track of all your stats for you. There is Bluetooth functionality on the Smart Pro 2000. You can sync your personal phone to the Bluetooth and play your music through the speakers, which is a really nice feature. There's also an aux cord over here on the side if you want to plug it in. And then it has really good storage, more compartments than I would know what to do with. You've got a nice long storage tray down here at the bottom, two nice wide ones on either side, slightly smaller ones, and then a little shallow one in the middle. And then here on either side of the console, you've got nice big pockets for that water bottle. Also, EKG grips line your front horizontal bar right here. So as you're walking, you can just grab those grips and it will put your heart rate up on the screen. Bluetooth will sync with an iFit compatible heart monitor. It doesn't come with, but you do have that option. But when you don't want to do that, the EKG grips are a really nice option as well. So as you can see, great functionality on the console. Let's take a look at how the Smart Pro 2000 functions. Whenever I'm evaluating a treadmill, I don't want just a list of specs. I want to know, how does it feel when I'm running on it? What is the noise? Things like that. So we're going to kind of take a look. As you can see right here, I've got the deck inclined to that 15% grade. This is as high as it goes. So you've got about a 16-inch step-up height just at the top of the deck. It's obviously easier to get on when you're down here lower. But one thing to be aware of is when you're up here on the top, make sure you have enough head clearance just with your ceilings. So note that 16-inch height at the top of the deck when it's inclined. We love the ProShox cushioning. What it does is it just adds a little bit of travel underneath the deck. So as you run or walk, the deck absorbs that impact rather than it being transferred up through your joints and muscles. It isn't quite as extensive cushioning as you find on more expensive machines, but it certainly is respectable for this price point. And it seriously just reduces the discomfort that comes from running outside on asphalt and concrete, stuff like that. So the ProShox cushioning is a nice feature. The incline gives you the opportunity to train different muscle groups. If you are inclined, you have to offset your balance just a little bit, and so you engage that posterior chain a little bit more. I've got a little bit more glute engagement, more hamstrings. So working an incline just gives you better overall muscular development. Working a decline is great for variables. It's great for general conditioning. It's great for active recovery and downhill training. So if you've ever run a marathon, you know that the downhill part is the part that kills you. So it's really nice to have that decline option on the machine. So up here, I'm gonna start the machine. I want you to listen to it. The 3.5 horsepower motor is really smooth. So it navigates both the incline and the speed variables smoothly so that I can continue to walk or run. I don't have to hang on to the handrails while it adjusts, and it really doesn't create very much noise. This is just a gentle walk. I'm just at 1 mile an hour. I'm gonna pick it up to 3 miles an hour and just kind of listen for both the motor noise and the foot noise and watch that travel under the deck. So you can see here the active posterior engagement. I have to make sure and keep those muscles engaged to maintain balance on this grade. So you get the benefit of possibly high intensity training, very low impact. So even if I'm just walking, I can really get my heart rate up here at this incline. If you look at the tread, the deck underneath, you'll notice it gives just a little bit with each step. That's by design because it absorbs the shock as I'm walking. Also, if you listen, there's very little motor noise. All right, I'm gonna slow it up. That speed will drop down to 0.5 miles an hour, and I'm gonna decline the deck. So just watch for a minute and listen. You can kind of see how nice and even it is, and there's hardly any noise. So you can tell it's really quiet when it's moving, and it's very smooth. Hopping back on, I'm gonna pick up that 3 mile an hour walking pace again. And you can see as it adjusts, I don't have to hang on to the handrails. I have good balance. Once again, I really like the extended track length. My shoe does not graze the motor hood. You've got plenty of forward leg room and kickback space. All right, so that's about how long it takes to get from the 15 down to the 0. I'm gonna drop it to a -3 so you can see that decline. There it is, that's as low as it goes. So now I'm working downhill, requires more anterior muscles. I've got to kind of focus on maintaining balance. Quads are engaged. This is great for strengthening your knees very gently, low speed, very slight downhill grade. I'm going to take it back up to a level grade. So we're back at 0 incline, and I'm going to run at a couple different speeds just so you can listen to how it sounds, the foot noise and the motor noise, as I pick up the pace. So right here, I'm walking at 3 miles an hour. I'm gonna jog at 5 miles an hour. You have a touch of foot noise, very little motor noise. Let's increase to 6 miles an hour. And we'll take it to 7. Dropping it back to 1 mile an hour. So there you just kind of get an idea how it sounds. Foot noise is minimal. The most that you get is just a little whirring from that motor, but really nothing that is overly loud. So there you go, kind of got an idea of how that motor sounds, incline, decline, very smooth, quiet, minimal noise. You can see that cushioning in the deck. Lots of great features on the Smart Pro 2000. As you can see, there's a lot to love about the Smart Pro 2000. This is a solid built machine, has lots of functionality. We love the iFit database. You've got a 3.5 horsepower motor, 12 mile per hour top speed, inclines to 15%, declines to -3, lots of training variables, ProShox cushioning in the deck, folds up when not in use, and we love the new 7-inch touchscreen. That's a nice addition on the 2019 model. For current pricing, follow the link below, and to read a more detailed review, check out treadmillreviewguru.com.